Imagine walking through a city built more than 2,000 years ago, where marble streets still shine under the sun. Grand libraries once held thousands of ancient scrolls, and theaters could seat 25,000 roaring spectators. Now imagine archaeologists slowly brushing away layers of soil to reveal statues, temples, and fountains that had been hidden for centuries. That's not the setting of a fantasy novel. It's Ephesus, one of the greatest archaeological treasures of Turkey, and a city that once stood at the crossroads of ancient civilization. Ephesus wasn't just another city of the ancient world. It was a melting pot of Greek creativity, Roman engineering, and early Christian history. Its ruins today tell stories of gods, emperors, merchants, and ordinary citizens whose lives shaped the Mediterranean world. Let's step back in time and walk through the marble-paved streets of this once mighty city. The story of Ephesus begins almost like a myth. According to legend, the city was founded by Amazons, the warrior women of Greek mythology. But historians suggest that its first settlers were the Greeks from Athens, led by Androclos, around the 10th century BCE. Ephesus quickly grew because of its strategic location. It sat near the Aegean Sea and became a hub of trade, linking Asia Minor with the Mediterranean. Imagine the bustling markets where spices from the east, Roman wine, Egyptian grain, and Persian textiles exchanged hands daily. No discussion about Ephesus can begin without mentioning its most iconic monument, the Temple of Artemis, also known as the Artemisium. This was not just a temple. It was one of the 7 wonders of the ancient world. Built in the 6th century BCE, it was said to be larger than even the Parthenon in Athens. Its grand marble columns soared nearly 60 feet high, and the temple stretched over 350 feet in length. Pilgrims and travelers from across the ancient world came to marvel at it. But the temple's fate was tragic. It was destroyed multiple times, once famously by a man named Herostratus, who set it on fire in 356 BCE just to make his name immortal. Today, only a single column remains standing on the site, yet its legacy still lingers as a symbol of ancient grandeur. When the Romans took control of Ephesus in the 2nd century BCE, the city entered its golden age. Population. At its peak, Ephesus may have housed up to 250,000 residents, making it the 3rd largest city in the Roman Empire, after Rome and Alexandria. Wealth and culture. It became one of the wealthiest cities in the Mediterranean, brimming with theaters, gymnasiums, and temples. Trade center. The city's port allowed goods to flow in and out, making it an economic powerhouse. Walking through Ephesus today, the Roman influence is everywhere. The massive structures, advanced aqueducts, and even sewer systems show how advanced Roman engineering was. Perhaps the most photographed landmark of Ephesus is the Library of Celsus. Built in 117 CE, it served both as a library and as a tomb for Gaius Julius Celsus Ptolemaianus, the Roman governor of Asia. The library once held nearly 12,000 scrolls, making it one of the largest libraries of the ancient world. Its facade, with towering columns and statues, still stands today, though the interior is gone. Just picture scholars in flowing robes walking through its halls, reading texts on philosophy, science, and law. In a way, the Library of Celsus represented the soul of Ephesus, a place where culture and intellect thrived. One of the most impressive sights in Ephesus is its great theatre. Built into the slope of Mount Pion, it could seat about 25,000 people. The theatre wasn't just for plays, it also hosted gladiator fights, political assemblies, and even philosophical debates. Remarkably, this theatre is also tied to early Christian history. According to the Acts of the Apostle Paul once preached here, causing such a stir that a riot broke out among the crowd, shouting, "Great is Artemis of the Ephesians." Standing in the theatre today, you can still feel the acoustics carry your voice across the vast stone seats. It's like the city's past whispers back at you. What made Ephesus extraordinary wasn't just its monuments, but its vibrant daily life. Archaeologists have uncovered terrace houses, luxurious homes of wealthy citizens with mosaics, frescoes, and even underfloor heating, public baths, where people socialized, exercised, and discussed politics. Marble streets, still visible, lined with shops, fountains, and monuments. Imagine merchants bargaining, philosophers debating in open-air squares, and children playing near fountains. Ephesus was alive, sophisticated, and full of contrasts, where wealth coexisted with poverty and luxury with hardship. Religion was woven into every part of Ephesian life. The cult of Artemis dominated the spiritual landscape. Her temple was both a place of worship and a financial institution where merchants stored wealth. Later, under Roman influence, temples dedicated to emperors like Hadrian appeared. Christianity also took root here. Ephesus became one of the earliest centers of the new faith. Tradition holds that the Apostle John lived here, and it's believed that the Virgin Mary spent her last years in the nearby hills. This fusion of paganism, imperial worship, and Christianity makes Ephesus a unique case study in the evolution of religious thought. So, what happened to this grand city? Why did such a mighty center of trade and culture vanish? The answer lies in nature and time. The harbor problem. The port of Ephesus gradually silted up with sand brought by the Cayster River. Over centuries, the city that once hugged the sea was left stranded inland. Earthquakes. Repeated tremors damaged buildings and infrastructure. Invasions. Ephesus was raided and destroyed multiple times, from the Goths in the 3rd century CE to later conquests. By the 15th century, Ephesus was completely abandoned, swallowed by time, and forgotten until modern excavations brought it back to light. The ruins of Ephesus began to emerge in the 19th century, when European archaeologists started excavating the site. Teams from Austria and Turkey uncovered the library of Celsus, the Great Theatre, and many of the city's marble streets. Even today, only about 20% of Ephesus has been excavated, meaning the majority of this ancient city still lies beneath the earth, waiting to be revealed. Walking through it now feels like stepping into a time machine, where every column and mosaic tells a forgotten story. Today, Ephesus is one of Turkey's most visited archaeological sites, attracting millions of tourists every year. It's also recognized as a UNESCO World Heritage Site. Visitors can still walk the marble streets, explore the terrace houses, and stand in awe at the Great Theatre. The annual Ephesus Festival of Culture and Arts brings music and performances back to the same stages used thousands of years ago. It's not just a ruin, it's a living reminder of human creativity, resilience, and the power of history to endure. Ephesus was more than a city. It was a stage where myths and history collided, where Artemis was worshipped, Roman emperors ruled, and Christianity spread. From the Temple of Artemis to the Library of Celsus, from its bustling streets to its abandoned silence, Ephesus embodies the rise and fall of civilizations. And even though its harbor is gone and its temples lie in ruins, the spirit of Ephesus continues to echo through its marble walls, inviting us to listen, learn, and remember.